Good afternoon. This is New York State Labor Commissioner Roberta Reardon. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today for another update on New York State's unemployment insurance system. As you know, every state is being hit with an unexpected and unprecedented wave of new unemployment claims. In fact, earlier this week, the federal government announced that over 33 million Americans have filed for unemployment benefits since the coronavirus pandemic began to impact businesses. And today, the federal government released figures showing that the unemployment rate in the United States of America hit 14.7% in April. That is the highest rate since the Great Depression. Here in New York, we are working night and day to process claims and get money into unemployed New Yorkers' hands. And as of yesterday, we have paid out over $6.8 billion in unemployment benefits. To put that in perspective, we paid just $2.1 billion in total last year. So in just 2 months, we have paid out over 3 times of last year's total. To break out the data another way, during this crisis, we have paid an average of over $650 million per week, compared to an average of $41 million per week in 2019. That is an increase of nearly 1,500%. And let me just add, we launched our streamlined application for either pandemic unemployment assistance or traditional unemployment insurance on April 20th. And we have processed over 100,000 applications for PUA. At the same time, today, 20 other states have not even begun to pay a single cent of PUA benefits yet, and some have not even started accepting their applications. This has truly been a colossal undertaking, but I know these numbers are cold comfort to someone waiting for their first payment. And I want all New Yorkers to know that we will continue to work tirelessly to process their claims and make their payments. In recent weeks, we have focused on improving our communication efforts, so New Yorkers have the information they need to file their applications, complete their claims, and of course, receive their benefits. On a personal note, I want you to know that I understand the anxiety losing your job can cause. I have been unemployed before myself, and I know that information is power. Because when you at least know what step you are on and what comes next, you can better plan for the days ahead. That's why we've taken decisive action in recent weeks, including issuing a directive to employers, reminding them they are required to provide New Yorkers who lose their jobs with the information they need to easily and completely file for unemployment. Identifying and proactively emailing 90,000 New Yorkers with complete, processed, and payable claims who have not submitted their first federally required weekly certification to release their payments. And launching a new online process to allow 470,000 New Yorkers who did not certify in previous weeks to submit their prior week's certifications and receive their back pay easier and faster. Today, we are announcing another effort to proactively communicate with New Yorkers about the status of their application. One of the things we've heard from members of the media and directly from New Yorkers is a frustration with understanding where their application actually is in the process. The system we have sees applications in binary terms. An application is pending until it's processed. So we've worked within that system to figure out what milestones we can identify right now and communicate them as an application reaches those points. And in the coming days, we're going to roll out a new effort to proactively inform New Yorkers about the status of their unemployment benefit applications, using emails and text messages to communicate directly with New Yorkers when their application reaches various milestones in this process, letting them know what step they are on, if any action is required, and what to expect next. I know these are unprecedented and stress-inducing times. And I know waiting for your unemployment benefits only increases New Yorkers' anxiety. And we hope this proactive communication campaign will help ease these worries. But I want every New Yorker to know that we are throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at processing your applications and paying your benefits. And we will continue working 24/7 until everyone's benefits are paid. And now, Just one last thing before we get to questions. I know that earlier today at the governor's briefing, someone asked about forfeit days. I want to give a brief update on that. We actually have begun paying the $600 weekly payments to individuals with just forfeit days on their accounts, and that includes retroactive pay through April 5th. For folks with other issues on their accounts beyond just forfeit days, we're continuing to review what can be done.